Okay, so now that I've shown you how to add colleges to my thinking about list and to use the compare me feature, I would like to show you how to request a letter of recommendation. So usually in our junior meetings, we don't typically show you how to request a recommendation on Naviance yet. We simply just encourage you to think about two teachers, perhaps one in the humanities, like an English and history teacher, and then one in like the STEM subjects like science, computer programming, math. And then we would like you, when you get back to school, to speak to these teachers that you're interested in asking, and then perhaps asking them if they need either a resume from you or picking up a recommendation form that we have in the counseling office. And there is a resume feature on Naviance, which I'll show you in another video, but just at least thinking about at this time who you would like to ask. Now, when you do eventually ask them to do your letter of recommendation, what you do is under the colleges tab, under colleges I'm applying to, you will select the letters of recommendation section. It is here that you would put in a formal request for a teacher to post a letter of recommendation. So again, this is when you've already spoken to them in person and you've already given them some information about yourself. So you add the request, you select the teacher that you would like, you would select all current and future colleges, and then you would give them a little note saying, thank you for sending my letter of recommendation. If you need any more information, please let me know. Once you type that in, you submit the request, and now the teacher has a formal request under their Naviance, and I believe they're sent an email. So you have to do this with every teacher, not every school, just every teacher, because they won't be able to post a letter if they're not invited to write one. So that's that. Now, for the counselor letter, what we'd like you to do by May 1st is under this About Me tab, you would click on My Surveys. And then in this case, you would click on Fort Lee High School Pre-College Survey. And these are questions that only your counselor will see the answers to. So you don't need to make it this formal written paragraph with eloquent answers. Some students give me bullet points. Some students write a lot. The more that you write in these questions, the more we could add to your letter. And if there's something that you just don't feel like entering, you could just write NA, because you have to put in an answer for each one in order to submit it. And just a little note about submitting, always make sure to save and come back. Some students even copy and paste these questions into a Google Doc and share it to me because they've lost some of their work here. So always make sure to go in, save your work, or at least start these questions on a Google Doc. But the better you write this, the better our letter turns out to be. And just a reminder again that we should have this submitted by the 1st of May. So this is something that you could also work on at home, and feel free to ask your parents for help, because sometimes it's hard to brag about yourself. So, hearing from somebody else or getting the assistance from somebody else could be useful.